With the Green Line coming into Somerville, rents and real estate values are going up, and there's a lot of talk about gentrification. Somerville is not alone. On July 29th, the National Association of Black Journalists hosted a town hall meeting about development and displacement in Boston. Our reporters went to see what people were saying and to see what could be learned for Somerville.
And we want to welcome you tonight to Roxbury's historic...
On July 29th, the forum brought Bostonians and housing experts together for discussions at Hibernia Hall in Roxbury.
Gentrification is the movement of higher income, smaller households in places that have been economically distressed.
Tufts Professor James Jennings said the forum topics are not applicable to Boston only.
I think what the Green Line extension means to me and what I take out of today's forum is that residents have to be aware of how real estate is going to go up. Residents have to know exactly who's responsible for what level of decision making and how can they as residents impact decision making before it's made, in a sense.
Some, like Alderman Niedergang, are getting involved.
Right down here, there's going to be a subway station. Supposedly in 2019, but they keep on pushing the date back, so who knows when it will really be built, but I do believe it will be built within the next 10 years. So it'll be a subway stop right here, and of course that'll bring tons and tons of people into this neighborhood.
Niedergang represents an area less than 1 square mile near the future Lowell Street station.
Somerville is terribly underserved by public transportation, especially by subway lines. So this will now, the Green Line will create half a dozen new subway stops in Somerville through the heart of the city and give us the kind of public transportation that we deserve.
But the Green Line extension will also bring other changes to Somerville.
My concerns are that property around the Green Line stations will increase tremendously in value and people will be displaced. Rents will go up, housing prices will go up. Low and middle income people will find it much harder to stay here in Somerville.
A recent study determined that rents could go up as much as 67%. Since 2/3 of the cities are renters, the rent hike could have major impact.
What I love about this community is that it's a mixed income community. It's very diverse ethnically and it's got people who do all different kinds of jobs. And I'm concerned that if housing prices go up throughout the city, only professional people and wealthy people will be able to live here, and it will become a very, very different community.
In Somerville, the households earning the least live along the corridor of the future Green Line, where rents are currently the lowest, the blue and tan areas. In comparison, rents around the red and orange line stations, the red areas, are the highest in the city.
And this is Maxwell's Green, a new development of 200 units that was built about 5 years ago. Apartments are renting for extremely high prices for this area, but they're full, and so this is, you know, the changes that are taking place is very upscale housing that most people who live in this area couldn't afford.
I mean, we're already seeing some of the, the garages here. There's one right across the street that's been taken down and condos are going up. And I'm sure housing prices will go up as well. My husband and I are interested in kind of making sure the zoning laws work to keep Somerville from getting even more dense than it already is.
Nobody wants to move into an apartment and say, you know what, I would really like the housing in this to go up in 4 years. That is not very cool, but at the same time, I'm really excited that there's going to be more transportation here.
A lot of people drive already, and in the wintertime, a lot of people don't want to take the subway. So I don't really think that there's too much of a really big need for it.
Gentrification and rising housing costs can be counteracted. Cities or developers can construct more affordable housing or take other measures. Eventually, it comes down to what local authorities and the residents demand of those building housing along the Green Line extension. Reporting for Somerville Neighborhood News, I'm Shu-Qing Zhao.
As great as an extension for the Green Line will be for Somerville and its environmental policies, it's too bad that the rents are being raised so high.
It is a dilemma.